just off the Ollie presser. We got Robert Bruce in the building. What you saying, fam?
Nothing much, just taking in what Ollie had to say. Very interesting to see what sort of angle he's coming with. And he was with Jessie as well, which I think means Jessie's going to be staying, which is cool as well.
What did you make of that, though? What did you make of that, bro? Like, it seemed like Jessie was pretty relaxed, didn't it? Which is good. It seems like he's not really going nowhere. And I've always said, I've always been quite outspoken with my defense with Jessie, but I could see that there was something not right about him, innit? There was something not right about him. So, yeah, bro, it looks like the manager trusts him enough. It seems like he wants to stay. And yeah, I don't really see him leaving, bro.
Yeah, I don't see him leaving either. Like, I think until he came out and said that stuff was going on behind closed doors, I didn't know what it was with him. If, like, he didn't feel confidence from the manager before, or if he's just dipped and he's just capped off at his level. But I feel like when he plays with the right people, and if he's coached what to do, which is the main thing, because I think it'll be hard for him to just go out and play football. Like, if he's in the system, he knows what he's doing. He's got the ability. Do you know what I mean? You don't just lose that technical ability, but if he's coached in the right way, or if the system suits him. So
I think it's less about the coaching and more about the system, innit? Like I done something with Ricky the other day, and he was even saying, out of all the fringe players, how many of these men have actually played in a strong side for us? You know them ones. Like, how many times have we seen like a strong United side where you just take out Bruno, maybe put in Jessie, but he's still got Matic and Pogba behind him, still got Rashford, Martial, Greenwood. We ain't really seen him play with our best players. Every time you see Jessie in there, we always see about 8 changes. You know them, and then we expect man to carry the team. He's not that kind of player, innit? So, like, I think as a squad player, there's a lot worse players that we need to get rid of here before we get rid of him, innit?
100%. And I feel with Man United players over the past couple of years, the responsibility to take control of the game is on absolutely everyone. Whereas it shouldn't really be like that. Like, we shouldn't have no responsibility on Dan James to carry the whole side. Do you know what I mean? Obviously, he's below levels, but same for Jessie, same for like a Pereira. I don't expect him to be Bruno or to be Pogba, but where they have had players around them, that's been the expectation, and that's why people have been mad.
It's true. You know what I mean? Because of the lack of quality of the team overall, we're expecting a lot more from these players that just certainly don't have it in them. They're supposed to come in, do a job, and then go back and sit on the bench, innit? Like, that's what these players are meant to do. And when you're starting games week in, week out with Pereira and Lingard in the same team,
too tricky.
Bruv, there's only a certain expectation man can have, and it's not a high one, innit? You know what I mean? When you've got them man starting. So, like, I'm happy if he stays, innit? There was talk about Chris Smalling as well. I tweeted yesterday, I was like, I'm taking Smalling back every single day of the week, before we gamble on a centre-half here that ain't proven from another league that can come in and just die, bro. At least with Smalling, sometimes it's just better the devil you know, innit? At least man know what man are getting from Chris Smalling, bro.
Do you see with Smalling, I was never really onto him. Because when you're playing Smalling next to Phil Jones, it's like, who's going to take the lead? And when you're next to Phil Jones, it's hard as it is. Do you know what I mean? I actually think Smalling's good, and he's proved himself as he's gone out to Roma that he's actually all right. You know what I mean? He's got the build.
Oh, bro. Yeah.
But, boy, like, playing next to Phil Jones would be hard for anyone. You know? That's why Oli don't play Maguire next to Phil Jones. He don't want Maguire to look bad.
But Phil Jones makes everyone look bad, bro. And you know what's mad, I noticed, whoever plays next to Phil Jones looks nervous, bro.
Yeah.
That's what I've been noticing. Like, and whoever you play, because they're in their mind, they're like, I don't really want to have to pass him the ball. You know the ones, and it's kind of like, bruv, if I'm not in position, I can't bank on him being in position because he's the master of being out of position and giving away fouls and getting sent off in it. So it's one of them ones where he doesn't inspire confidence. Smalling's the more vocal of the two of them. You know what I mean? So it's one of them ones where, for me, if I'm looking at Manchester United and I'm thinking, all right, if we don't have a massive amount to spend, we definitely need a centre-half. You bring back Chris Smalling, and then you sign a defensive midfielder, bro. Like, so you don't have to sign a centre-back. I don't see the point in spending money on a centre-back unless we're going to get money for Smalling. And even if we are going to get money for Smalling, I don't trust these men to sign someone that's better than Smalling.
Yeah, and they're not looking to sign someone that's old and got experience either. Because if you look at the way that they're going with the signings, they're trying to do the fresh talent. So you need the experience of Smalling Like, he's been there. He's been in big games. He knows how the Premier League works. I'd rather than bring back Smalling than sign anyone else in terms of centre backs, for sure. And then
I'd rather bring him back than sign the players that we're being linked to. Put it that way, innit? Because we're getting linked to young, like, centre backs with no experience in the Premier League and not really any top level experience. I'm not really on that. I feel like Harry Maguire needs a partner that can do it week in, week out in the Prem, and we know he can. You know the ones. And right now, I don't know if the man that they're going to bring in are going to hit the ground running. I don't feel like we're in a position where we can be taking risks, especially in this climate where money is harder to come by than in recent years because of obviously the pandemic and that. I don't think we can splash 30 mil on a centre back here for him to flop, blood, when we've already got one on the books. It don't make sense to me. Yeah,
it doesn't add up. And then you're also hoping that Axel comes back to fitness, because that creates competition for the centre backs as well. He could be the young one that they're training up instead of bringing someone else in from outside. Get Smalling in there, Smalling and Maguire there. Victor can play off the bench. That's calm. Then you got Bailly and Axel as well. Phil Jones needs to go. I don't know how he's stealing a living in this squad, bro.
Probably because he's happy to pick up the money, innit? That's what it is with Phil Jones. He's happy to pick up the money, whereas Smalling wanted to play, innit? And that was the difference.
That's the player you want. That's the player you want. The one that wants to go away and play, not the one that wants to sit down on the bench. I can't believe Phil Jones is still here.
Yep.
Do you know what? I can't believe it.
Me neither, bro. I can't believe he's still here, but it shows it's more of a reflection of him.
Yeah, exactly.
Because, bruv, if you're happy to sit down on a bench for 110 grand a week, I think he is.
Is that what he's on?
Yeah, 110 grand a week. He's sitting there cash, bro. Cash. Do you know what I'm saying? And you know what? Like, listen, in football, you get out what you put in. Statman Baines put out a stat comparison of Chris Smalling and Matthias de Ligt, and he's got better stats than de Ligt, bro. And
I was reading that one.
And de Ligt costs what? 70 million or something like that they spent on de Ligt, and Chris Smalling's outperformed him in Italy. So you know what? Yeah, it's a mad thing. You know what I'm saying? When we were linked with de Ligt, and I was like, right, I don't want him, and bare people were like sticking it on me, saying, "What do you mean you don't want de Ligt? This, that, and the other." And then he went Juventus, and he hasn't had the best of times in it, to the point where Juventus are looking at Chris Smalling now. So
it's crazy.
You see what I'm saying? So, and I think that also shows with Chris Smalling. If you put him in a good system with a good coach, he can just do a job, because he was our best defender under Van Gaal. Everyone that watched the Van Gaal era knew that Chris Smalling was our main centre back. It was Smalling and Blind. Do you know what I mean? Or Smalling and someone, bro. Like, Smalling was the guy in it. So it's one of them ones where he's shown that he's gone now. He's well coached. He's in a good system, and he's looking all right. Like, a lot of talk about Chris Smalling not being good on the ball is not very true, bruv. The thing is, he's very unorthodox on the ball, innit? Like, just like Wan-Bissaka, them guys look it looks messy, innit? Because it doesn't look good, that don't mean it's not effective, because he was our ball playing centre back under Van Gaal. He was the one that stepped out from the back for us. You know what I mean? So, but it just don't look good. So, because it don't look good, man are like, he's not good on the ball.
Control. And at the same time, he's not like tenacious like Bailly. So Bailly, Bailly just looks bare unorthodox. Yeah, but he's like tenacious and he's flying to you. But Smalling don't look like that.
Yeah, Smalling's a bit more calculated, isn't it? Bailly just flies in every opportunity. But the thing is with Chris Smalling, it's like, if you press him, he's not super composed on the ball. He's not, because that's not his game. But if he's got a bit of space, he can play, innit? So it's one of them ones where he's not press resistant, but he's not meant to be. He's an old-fashioned centre-back. He just enjoys defending, innit? And out of all our defenders, he's the one that looks like he actually enjoys defending, innit?
Yeah, he's got the legs for recovery as well. So if you do press him, he feels like he can get himself out of trouble, even if it's not what he was meant to do. Whereas I feel like with Victor, if you press him and he does the wrong thing, you're through on goal, sort of thing. So 100%, I'll take Smalling back any day. Like, I never really thought he was that bad before anyway.
Bro, I didn't think that Smalling was the biggest of our problems. Let's put it that way. Do you know what I'm saying? I didn't think he was the biggest of our problems, man. Jones was always the one. Jones and Rojo always had to go. Always had to go first.
I've even forgot about Rojo as well. He's not coming back.
Nah, he's not. Do you know what I'm saying? So, literally, Like I'm saying, I would take Chris Smalling back before we gamble on a centre back.
Yeah.
I don't want to gamble on a centre back. What I want is either we bring in a centre back that we know is good and is Premier League proven, or you bring Smalling back. What I don't want to see is one of these barely known centre backs from La Liga or from Ligue 1 in France, and that comes in, and then before you know it, he's doing what Lindelof was doing in his first season, and then man can't even start him. You know them ones. If we bring in a centre back, they need to be ready to go straight into the starting lineup.
Yeah, 100%.
We don't need a squad centre back, bro. We don't need a squad centre back because we've already got Twanzebe and we've already got Eric Bailly, blood. We don't need another centre back to add to the bench. We need to strengthen our starting lineup, bro.
You need someone that Harry Maguire is not going to have to think, I need to tell this guy what to do, because, you know, I feel Harry this year needs to focus on his own game before we get situations where he's doing circles around himself again. He needs to focus on his own game, someone next to him that can look after themselves as well. Then they work in tandem like that. Like even now, I feel him and Victor, the confidence has come because they've played together a lot, but I still don't feel that each other feel 100% confident in the other.
They don't look
like that.
With Victor, it's almost like Victor's not slow in it, but he's not quick. He's a decent athlete in it. He's not good in the air. If he loses out in the air, Harry Maguire ain't got the pace to sweep up behind him.
Exactly.
Do you know what I'm saying? This is the problem. This is the problem. And if Harry Maguire goes up for the ball and he doesn't win it, then it's a foot race with Lindelof, bro. Yeah. Do you know what I'm saying? And come on, most strikers are gonna love a foot race with Lindelof. So 100%. It's one of them ones where I just feel like with centre back partnerships, you always need a sweeper and you need someone to attack the ball in it. And right now, it's just not it. Like the balance isn't right in it. The balance isn't quite right there. So we're linked with Torres and we're linked with another centre back.
Gabriel?
Yeah, Gabriel. And honestly, between the two of them, I haven't seen much of them other than highlights, bro. And I'm not talking no smoke of highlights, blood, because I've been sucked in many times. You know what I mean? By highlights, bro. Yeah. And I watch man live and they look dead. So sometimes in life, better the devil you know, bro. Better the devil you know.
That Gabriel, the one from France, is being linked with Everton. I don't think we should be buying Everton grade centre backs. Do you know what I mean?
Bro.
So he could develop, he could come well, but we're not at the stage where we need to be battling over a player with Everton. You know,
brother, remember when we got linked with Yerry Mina, after the thing, and he ended up at Everton? What did he do?
Exactly.
Nothing, bro. Like, man should not be in the same market as Everton, bro. You know what I'm saying? Them man are shopping in River Island, blood. You get me? Like, we're in the big boy stores. You know them ones.
We should be.
We should be in the village shopping, blood. Man should be in Louis Vuitton, blood. You know them ones there. Man can't be shopping in River Island, bro. You know, like that. We're Man United. Man got the big boy bag. You know what I'm saying? Man have to go Selfridges and get the yellow bag, fam. What am I talking about?
100%.
Nah, bro. Man are shopping with the 5p plastic bags and that. Man can't be doing that.
Enough is not making sense at all.
Nah, I mean, so I don't really know. So I'm ahead of Gabriel and the Torres. I'm taking Smalling back. That's just my opinion. Let me know what you man are saying, defenders wise. If you got a choice between Torres and Gabriel or Chris Smalling back, who do you take? Also, make sure you slap that like button as well. You know what I mean? Numbers are building up now. Slap the like and let us know, bruv. A few other things Ollie touched on. He said that there's not going to be too many changes, bro, like between the last game against them. Also said that it wasn't a 5-0 scoreline. And then he said loads of players want to, basically, they don't want to rest, even though we quite clearly saw that we dragged our ass over the line at the end.
100%.
These guys, he has to change it.
He has to. I was looking at the lineup. Bailly played, Maguire, Shaw. Fair enough. Martial didn't play. Igalo started. Who else played? McTominay, Fred, Williams. So I guess that is a bit of a rest, though. It is a little bit of a rest because Pogba didn't play. Bruno didn't start. Rashford didn't play. Who else? Rashford weren't even in the squad. I think he was injured them times. Martial weren't in the squad. But Maguire's still there. He looks tired. Bruno was on the bench and he came on.
Maguire can't play, man.
Yeah,
Maguire can't play, bro. He needs a rest. The man said that Maguire has played like 50 games or something this season.
Yeah.
Are you mad? Now, Maguire cannot play. I don't care whether the players want to play or not, bro. I'll be happy for United to rest 11 man and lose 3-0, blood, and go through. You know them?
100%.
I'll be happy you're 5-0 up, bro. There's absolutely no reason to risk anyone.
Yeah. Your second team should be able to come through the game without conceding 4 goals.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely, bro.
So I don't want to see Pogba, Bruno, Martial, Rashford, any of them, man. I don't want to see any of them. Harry, not at all.
Yeah, man, are saying that Bruno played the full game, bro. Against last game. Yeah, he better not play. He better not start, bro. Like, do you know what I mean? Bruno needs a rest because Bruno, do you know what I mean? Some people are putting it down to fatigue with Bruno. I'm going to give Bruno the benefit of the doubt and say he's tired, innit? You know what I'm saying? He will be starting. Harry Maguire should not be starting either. I don't want to see either of them start, bro. Like, this is where Oli has to earn his money now. Squad rotation. Do you know what I mean? Using your resources. This is what you judge managers on. You should be able to make 5 or 6 changes against a team like this and still beat them. Do you know what I mean? Man are saying, I'm saying I'm happy to lose 3-0 and go through, but really, we shouldn't be losing to this team. Even if we put out a full 11 change, where we're not to lose to Leicester, bro. Like, these men are all Premier League footballers, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. We're playing at Old Trafford as well, so it's not like you're traveling to a poor pitch, anything like. There's no excuses. There's no excuses at all, man. I want to see Chong play, man. This is the sort of game I want to see him start and have a good game.
But these are the kind of games that players like Dan James, players like Chong, under previous managers, this is where, like Michelin, where Marcus Rashford got his debut. You know them ones. These are the kind of games that, like, you're supposed to give the lesser names runouts, bro. These are the games, bro.
Yeah. And you know what? If you're confident in your system, you can play any of your players in there because all of the players on the books are technically capable. So if you're confident in your system, you can rotate. But if you rely on your players, that's why you're putting out strong teams against these sort of opponents. Yeah,
you shouldn't be doing that, really. You shouldn't be doing that, really. So it'll be very, very interesting what Oli does. But I think that if he's got it right, he needs to start Fred and McTominay, give Matic a rest. You know what I'm saying? Probably start Fred McTominay, start Juan Mata, start Lingard, start Agallo, start Dan James. Do you know what I'm saying? Just do that. You can play a Bailly and a Lindelof thing, bro. Rest Harry Maguire because Harry Maguire needs it. Play Ethan right back, play Brandon left back, or because it looks like he doesn't want to play Dallo. Do you know what I'm saying? And then play and then you play Romero in goal. Greenwood needs a rest as well, bro. I'm not starting Mason.
Facts.
I'm not starting it.
Enough quality. They got enough quality. They should do.
But this is it. There's no excuse. For at least there's no excuse for not getting through to the next round. I don't care how we get through. I'm gonna be honest. Do you know what I mean? If we play rubbish, it's nothing less than I expect from Manchester United when they make changes, because I've seen throughout Ollie's time as manager, when he makes a few changes, the standard and the quality of the football decreases massively. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? So I'm not expecting us to play great football. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just expecting us to get through.
And that's all it needs this time. Like, this is it's a just get through the game sort of game, man. It would be good to see some players express themselves as well. Like, have fun with it, but I'm not expecting another 5-0 from this one.
Brother, you're 5-0 up, bro. Go into that game and just show these man why you're better than them, innit? Like, just go out there and enjoy yourself. Like, there's no pressure on the players. There's no pressure on them whatsoever. Like, there's no reason for man to go in there and not come out with a favorable result, bro. Just go out there and have fun.
You mentioned Mata, yeah? Do you think Mata's here next year? And should he be?
He probably will be, but he shouldn't be. One Mata would be the top of my list, to get rid of, for the simple fact that out of all the players, him and Andreas Pereira, I just don't see how they affect games when they come on. You know them ones. At least with Jessie, I know that Jessie's got energy. He can keep the ball. Do you know what I mean? Dan James has got pace, even though it's not useful. At least he has something in it. When I look at Pereira, I don't know what he has. When I look at Mata, I don't know what he has. He don't have legs, bro. Like he's like every time I watch him, he looks slower, and it's like he's not impacting games the way he used to.
Which is tricky. Like obviously the club love him and that. He's one of those personalities that they love, but really and truly, if we're talking football, unless you're just keeping him there and you're trying to train him up as a player coach and transition him that way. But if he's there to still try and break into the squad, I think it has to be time to move on, man. And I like him. And it's such a shame about Pereira as well, because it's like there's a player in there, but he's just never going to come out. And I don't know.
He's got no football IQ, bro. That's what it is. He's got ability. Like, he's got ability, bro. Like, he can strike a ball semi-decent. Do you know what I'm saying? But his decision-making, his awareness of what's around him, everything like that is like, it's primary level, bro. When I see it, yeah, it's embarrassing. It's actually embarrassing.
And what's he meant to be? Number 10. So is he meant to play like the Bruno role? Is that what he's trying to be?
Who, Pereira?
Pereira.
The thing is, Pereira said, yeah, that he could play 8 or he could play number 10 in it, but like he can't play in the middle of the park, bro, because he can't play with players around him, bro. He doesn't have good feet.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's the thing. You got to have good feet, yeah, and got to have good awareness and be able to wriggle yourself out of trouble when you've got man around you. He doesn't have that in his locker, innit?
And to make them quick. I don't think he can make decisions quick either.
Exactly. You need to be able to think quickly, move the ball on, receive it, move on the half turn, and that he doesn't. Yeah. His brain works too slowly in it, so he needs to be out wide, probably where he's got more space. But then he doesn't have pace to get past players. He's just I don't know, bro. Like I don't know, man. I just feel like he just doesn't look like a modern day footballer, in it.
Yeah, it's true.
That's just what it is. I think he's got some attributes that are decent, but he's not an exceptional athlete. And I think to be a mediocre footballer, technically, you have to excel as an athlete.
Something else, yeah. And James with his pace, like that's his thing. So you can almost forgive the rest of it.
Exactly.
You can bank on him for something, but Pereira, Mata. Who else is on your list? You said Mata's top of your list. I put Phil Jones top of that list.
Mata and Phil Jones, you get rid of. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Absolutely. And Andreas Pereira, you get rid of. Them three, I would get rid of. Like, no questions asked. I would take minimal. I'd take 5 million for all of them. Like, 5 million each, I'll get rid of them, bro. Like, honestly, because they'll all be on dough. You know them ones. You know them. Jesse Lingard, I wouldn't get rid of, because I believe that Jesse Lingard holds value in it. Like, his presence in the dressing room, the way Marcus looks up to him, Mason looks after him, and then Sancho as well. Like, Sancho's close with him as well. Do you know what I mean? So it just, bro, it makes sense to have Jesse there, bro. Do you know what I mean? It just makes sense. But Mata, him and David De Gea, like, that's their little click in it, bro. And they can both leave as far as I'm concerned. Do you know what I mean? So it's one of them ones where there's no value in keeping Mata. What's that?
Henderson over David next year.
I would, yeah.
Is he?
I would. I'd keep Romero and just get rid of. Bro, Romero's happy to be at Man United, you know. Pick up his money, tell everyone in the village in Argentina that he plays for Man United, fam. He's happy, you know. Bruv, I'll keep him there as the number 2. Let him play all the cup games. Bring Henderson in, bro. And I'll tell De Gea, bruv, if man could get a 40 million for you, you could leave. Swear down.
It's crazy. That is crazy. I mean? So where do you put him in the world keepers then?
Who?
5, David?
No, De Gea's not top 5 in the world. No.
Top 10?
No, he's still not ahead of Manuel Neuer. He's still not ahead of Ter Stegen. He's not ahead of Alisson. He's, bruv, do you know what I'm saying? There's a few, man, bruv. Do you know what I mean? He's not ahead of the Atletico goalkeeper.
What's his name? What is his name? Oh, I forgot his name.
Oblak. He's not ahead of Oblak. Do you know what I'm saying? He's not ahead of. You could argue, that he's probably at the same level as like a flipping. What's the Tottenham goalkeeper now? Lloris, bro. Them man of them second tier goalkeepers now, bro. Like, they're not the top tier goalkeepers no more, bro. And then you look at Edison as well. Do you know what I mean? There was a rumor about Kasper Schmeichel coming in, but nah, we wouldn't sign Kasper because we've already got Henderson on the books. It wouldn't make sense. So when I'm looking at it, he's not a top tier keeper. So if I'm swapping him for another goalkeeper that's not top tier, and I'm saving money on wages and getting money from him, might as well do it.
Might as well bring in Henderson.
You know what I'm saying? Because he's not top tier no more. he's not top tier no more. So because he's not top tier no more, you're moving across sideways.
He's really there on the merit of what he's done in the past.
Of course he is. Of course he is. He's top 10, but he's not top 5.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? So it's one of them ones. If you're not top 5 in the world, bruv, like it's everyone else's conversation now. You know the one. It's everyone else's conversation, bro. Like if I'm gonna move sideways, what difference does it make?
Yeah, especially if you can get money, just like the way they're saving from Sanchez's wages, you're gonna save a whole lot from De Gea's as well. Get him in, train him up.
Look, bruv, he's on a £350,000 a week, mate.
Yeah.
If you're telling me, that he's a 350, if he's a £350,000 a week goalkeeper, you're smoking, bro. Even if he was an outfield player, he's not worth 350,000 a week, bro. That's top notch. That's what you're paying, man. Yeah, that can be in the running for a Ballon d'Or. That's what you pay them. Do you know what I mean? Man in the comments are saying there aren't 10 better keepers than De Gea. Bruv, no one said there was. He's not top 5 though. That's what man said. He's about 7 or 8 out of 10. He's 7th or 8th. He's not in the top 5.
Wage of a top 5, top 3.
But he's not top 5 in the world, innit? If you're not top 5 in the world, you're not worth 350 grand a week, bro. I don't care.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's it, bro. Like, if you're not top 5 in the world in your position, you shouldn't be on 350,000 a week. I don't care.
Not at all. Not at all.
Not at all.
Other keepers are on. I would love to see what they're on as well.
Bro, other goalkeepers are on what? 100 bags. You know what I'm saying? 150 bags. You know them ones. Most keepers.
Yeah.
You know them ones. Most keepers ain't on more than 200, bro. You know what I mean? I'll be very shocked, to see other Premier League goalkeepers on more than 200 bags, bro. I'll be very shocked.
And again, did that, in that time where it was like Man United wasn't a good place to be at, and they wanted to flex their muscles and show. Same way they gave Sanchez that huge contract, showing that, look, we can pay you more than Man City. Manchester United is Manchester United. Look how they got stuck. No money for Sanchez.
Look, Alisson's on 90k a week. Put that in perspective, bro.
Alisson's on 90k.
So he's on what? 4 times the amount that Alisson's on. Is he 4 times the goalkeeper that Alisson is?
Okay. And De Gea's on 350.
Bro. De Gea never got the contract. He was best in the world. De Gea only got his new deal like last season or something like that, bro. Because he held us to ransom because he was going to leave, my guy. Ter Stegen's on 80 grand a week. Get out of here.
80.
See what I'm trying to say? This brother.
Pull up these facts, man.
Bro, this brother is on nearly 5 times the amount, some of the best goalkeepers in the world are on, and he's done out here, bro. I don't care. No, he's on China wages, blood. Like, that's what he's on.
Yeah. That's what he should be playing.
That's on China wages, bro. Like, I try and be fair, innit? Like, De Gea don't even start for his own country, fam.
It's crazy. And the other keeper's Kepa.
Kepa's there as well, you know them, man. So, like, man, you see me? I like to just keep it all the way 100, innit? I like to keep it all the way 100, bro. Like, honestly, like, we see the way we looked at Sanchez. We got rid of Sanchez for free.
Yeah.
For free, just to get his wages off.
Yeah.
Because ultimately, the money that we're going to save, they said that Sanchez's wages equates to 60 million euros for the duration of his contract. That's a signing. That's a signing of a decent player.
For real.
You know what I mean? So I'm thinking, we freed up 60 million euros, that can go towards the salary of a Pogba, and also it can go towards the transfer fee of a Sancho. So then, if De Gea's got 4 more years left on his contract or something, or 3 more years on his contract, you probably you free up another 50 million or something like that, bro. You know those ones, and you've already got Henderson on the books. It's a no-brainer.
He's not coming in on he's not going to get a big bumper contract either. The more you talk about it, the more it makes sense. But do you trust Henderson, though? Because I know he's well.
Brother, it's not even anything to do with that, My thing is, like, I'd rather be economical, and go across, and save money and reinvest it somewhere where I think it's more important. I don't think, whether it's right or not, yes, De Gea did a lot to save us, when we needed him at that time.
Yeah.
but we don't need him as much as we used to need him. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like having a world-class goalkeeper, is not make and break for this team right now, bro, because he's not making as many saves as he used to, and we still finished third.
Yeah, facts.
See what I'm saying?
Facts.
Like before, we were finishing 7th, and we only finished 7th because De Gea was in goal. We could have all finished in the bottom half of the table.
True, very true.
So he was doing a lot more work then than he is now. But even though he's doing less now, he's making more mistakes.
More mistakes, which is costing us more.
Exactly. Do you see what I'm saying? So even if we had a goalkeeper like, say, Kasper Schmeichel, who's not, in my opinion, a world-class goalie, he's still good enough for us to challenge with a keeper like that, because Leicester won the league with him in goal.
Yeah.
Like, you don't need a world-class goalkeeper to win the Premier League. You don't. You just need one that catches the ball when it comes straight at him.
Yeah, literally that. And what you need the box as well for them crosses and all of that. You don't need him to be making world-class saves. You know, them acrobatic, them camera angle saves. And I feel like De Gea's gone more down that route than doing the simple stuff well. So what you're saying makes sense.
Exactly, because man's saying, look, with the money, that we would save, from getting rid of De Gea, we could buy Ndidi, or we could buy Grealish. Do you know what I mean? Something like that, bro. Do you know what I mean? So if you bring in a £60 million player, and you just bring back Henderson, it's brilliant business, as opposed to missing out on a player that I think is more vital for the team shape than a goalkeeper. Because I genuinely don't think, that if De Gea leaves, and we bring in Ndidi, or we bring in Grealish, we're significantly weaker. I don't believe we are.
Not the De Gea of the past 2 years.
The way De Gea's playing in the last 2 years, bruv, there's an argument to say that, bruv, we wouldn't be too pressed if we put Romero in there for a few games. You see what I mean? If you look at Romero's record, like,
the mistakes that De Gea has been making like that,
brother, like, this is what it is. But people are still thinking about what De Gea used to be.
Yeah,
I'm not thinking about what he used to be, because if it's a used to be thing, then bring back Wayne Rooney.
Yeah, but I think people are thinking like that because they feel like this is a dip. But a few of us are seeing that we don't think this is a dip no more. This is a permanent. This is my level now. Yeah, I mean, so it's even moving from mistakes to this is actually how good I am now, because he might not reclaim that form again. Yeah.
Bruv, I can't remember the last time we've seen that form for me to even be confident it's still in there.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's because he was so good when the team was so bad as well. He came like he was the savior. But now the team's improved. It's like it's his frailties that are bringing the whole team standard down now. Like that second goal against Chelsea. I don't think we would have gone on to get anything from that game anyway. But that just kills it. After half-time, the ball's gone through your hands, like the game's done. You know what I mean? And that's what he's been on a lot. So it's tricky, but yeah, maybe Dean Henderson might have to have a run out this year.
But that's what I'm saying. So I don't know. We'll have to see, man. Do you know what I'm saying? Hold on 1 second. What is that man here? Yeah,
is he?
He's saying that he better get a run, bruv. Listen, he better even play the final if we get to it.
Yeah,
you know what that one's like. De Gea shouldn't see another game until the start of next season. That he shouldn't, innit? Because honestly, the amount of mistakes that this guy's made, that you could argue that we'd be a lot closer to Man City, if he wasn't on his stupidness.
Yeah, it's true. And look at Frank Lampard don't play games, bruv. Kepa's not doing the job. He's got his second keeper in. Yeah. Statement of intent.
Yeah, last game of the season, he dropped their first choice keeper, and that tells you everything you need to know, innit? He can be ruthless, innit? I thought that Oli should have dropped De Gea probably for the last game on form, but he didn't. Do you know what I'm saying? A lot of people have an emotional attachment to De Gea, but I don't, bro. I don't, innit? Like, I'm a firm believer in footballers, like, have a job to do and they do their job, innit?
Yeah.
This is it. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't. When Sir Alex Ferguson wanted to get rid of Ruud van Nistelrooy, even though he averaged 30 goals a season over 5 years, there was no room for, but Van Nistelrooy scored 150 goals for us. Bro, like, we got Ronaldo here, who is not the Ronaldo that he turned out to be, but he was showing signs of being that.
Yeah. And
we had to take the choice between Cristiano Ronaldo, flourishing and being the new leader of the team, or continuing to build the attack around Ruud van Nistelrooy. and he chose to get rid of a prime Ruud van Nistelrooy. He went to Real Madrid and continued to score goals so Ronaldo could flourish. So I don't want to hear none of this De Gea thing because De Gea's not flourishing.
Yeah. That's true. When you look at it that way, it's very true. People got an emotional attachment to him because he done so much saving of the club when we were so bad. It was like, if it wasn't for De Gea, I don't even know where this squad would be. So that's why people feel like they've got loyalty to him. But you have to have loyalty to the team and not to any individuals.
Bro, I always will. Bro, I just want to be the best team in it.
Yeah.
I want to be the best team. I don't think if he leaves, and we use that money to bring in a defensive midfielder or like a Jack Grealish, I think we're a stronger team, bro. Like I always want to see the team stronger. When that man wanted to get rid of Pogba, you can't strengthen the team by getting rid of one of the best players in the world. You can't, innit? Do you know what I mean? United will never be a stronger team without Paul Pogba. It doesn't exist. When men are talking about getting rid of Anthony Martial as well, bruv, that don't make sense, bro. We're not a stronger team without Martial, bro. Do you see what I'm saying? There's certain man, we can't be a stronger team without them. If you get rid of Martial, like on the left-hand side, you better bring in Sadio Mane, blood, or else
or someone.
Because someone like that.
You can't get rid of Martial and bring in Dan James.
Or bring in Willian.
Yeah.
You know, do you understand what I'm trying to say, blood? Like, fam, it's not hard to get a better goalkeeper than David De Gea right now because he's not at the level that people are still seeing him at.
It's true. And I think it even communicates something bigger in terms of they're keeping De Gea because they feel like they need him. Why don't you get rid of him, bring in Henderson and bring in an outfield player that's not even going to make you so reliant on your keeper and you kill the game that way? Like, be on the front foot. Don't be relying on your keeper to dig you out of a hole. Don't let the hole be dug in the first place and kill games further forward. But
that's what I mean. Romero got 85% save percentage, bro. Hey, what's De Gea's save percentage? Statman and Van Nistelrooy, exactly 30 in his first season, won the Liga and the Golden Boot, and that's the guy that we forced out the club, you know, for Ronaldo. And I didn't hear none of you man complaining. And I'll tell you what, I was in love with Van Nistelrooy, blood, because he gave me so many good Champions League moments, bruv. Them Champions League lights under the floodlights at Old Trafford, he always scored, blood. Always. Guaranteed a goal, Ruud Van Nistelrooy. With the ticket, you got a goal, blood. Do you see what I'm saying? And those are the kind of man we got rid of. A man are crying over David De Gea, fam. Like, I can't cry over that youth, fam. You know what I'm saying? I've seen better players leave. Man seen David Beckham leave. I've seen Cristiano leave. I've seen Van Nistelrooy leave. A man, I'm going to cry over this goalkeeper that's throwing the ball in his own goal. Nah, fam. Can't do it, bruv. True.
That is very true. Imagine you have Henderson and Smalling in. That's an all-English defense. I never thought I'd see the day like that.
It's a mad thing. And, oh, yeah, that's a good point. What do I think of Rooney criticizing Ferguson? I'm going to speak about that later still. I'm going to speak about that later on the show at 6 o'clock, bro, because it's something I said before on one of my videos, and I had bare people saying, oh, you're plastic. You're criticizing Ferguson. But now Rooney's done it. I want to hear what man have to say about that. You know, like that.
I saw his comments as well. That was very interesting.
Bruv, I agree 100% with it. You know what I'm saying? And I said it before, bruv. I said to man, tactically, Sir Alex Ferguson, like, he got a lot of things wrong in Europe, bro. He was more of a man manager than a tactician. And people were like, what do you mean he wasn't tactical? Bro, I didn't say that. You know them, but man just like to just chat shit, bro. Like, do you know what I mean? It's so annoying, fam.
They're always on to you.
But that's what I'm saying, bro. So this is what it is. But no, so De Gea's save percentage is 10% lower than even Romero's, bro.
Is it?
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah, but this is it, bro. So that tells you in football, it's a mazza. It's a mazza, bro.
So we're saying Smalling in. You wouldn't do anything with the left backs this year?
Bruv, Luke Shaw's injured again, innit?
Yeah.
We need another left back, bro. We need another left back. It's one of them ones where if we're not going to spend a lot of money, if we're not going to spend a lot of money on bringing in a young centre back here that can be the centre back for 5 years, then we need to bring in a centre back that's ready made to come in and just play now, bro. Like, do you know what I mean? And that's why man was talking to Van Aanholt, blood. Man's 29, innit? Just like, bruv, man, come in and do a little 3-year job, calm. Sometimes, you buy a left back like that, bro. He'll only cost he's in his last year of his contract, bro. He'll only cost he wouldn't even cost 10 million. Like, it's a no-brainer. If I could get a flipping Dutch international left back here for 7 million, I'll go in and sign him tomorrow, bro.
Do it. And then you work on the longer term project next.
But there you go. You know what I'm saying? But look, these man, yeah, think that, bruv, if a footballer is over 25, they're old and that. You know the ones like it's wild, fam. It's wild, bro. Patrice Evra was 34 playing for Juventus, bro, in the Champions League. Like, so this whole thing, 29 is not old, bro.
It's about how well you look after yourself as well.
Yeah, of course.
You know, people were saying Matic was done because of his age, but he's reinventing himself. And now people are not saying it's done. We still do need a replacement / backup, and he will be done soon. But people wrote him off because of his age before this season. Yeah, and look, he's been one of the saviors of the club. But they say the Harry Stitch worries.
But this is what happens, bro. Harry Maguire, I think he's a decent prem centre, but the fee and the captaincy have gone to his head. He thinks he's crazy, but he needs to prove himself. But that's what you were saying. He needs a partner that can just sort out themselves so he can sort himself out, innit?
Yeah.
Because he needs to worry about his own performances.
Quickly. Like, I don't know, who else would you have given it to, captaincy?
Pogba had to be the captain. Pogba or De Gea. I always said, just based on the fact that you give it to De Gea for the amount of time he's been at the club, and you just take away for me, the captain's armband don't mean anything. You know them ones, it's not important. People give importance to the captain's armband, innit? Me personally, yeah, the natural leaders are going to be the leaders whether they got the armband or not. However, the captain's armband should signify something. I either give the captain's armband to the best player on my team or the most well-respected player in my team. And if the best player on my team tends to be the most well-respected, then maybe I give him the armband. Or you give it to the guy that's been there the longest. Which is how United always did it, bro. Gary Neville got the armband after Roy Keane. Do you know what I mean? And then Ashley Young had it because he was there for the longest, bro. So it only makes sense that David De Gea would have got it based on that.
On that,
do you know what I'm saying? So if you base it on that, cool. Harry Maguire has come from a team that's below us, come straight into the team and got the armband, bro. So he didn't even prove that he was good enough to wear it before he got it. He just inherited it.
And the thing is, he could have been like a leader type. He could have been the most vocal. But at the same time, as a new signing, you need to prove your ability. And this is why a lot of people are vexed with Harry Maguire right now, because we've got ourselves into this situation. He's the captain of the club. Ollie's put so much responsibility on his shoulders to build him up to be this guy. So when his performance drops, there's no room for your performance to drop like that. You're the captain. You know what I mean? He needed to establish his form, establish his performance, who he sort of was as a player before he got that armband. But Ollie was too rash with it, man. I didn't think he should have got it in the first place.
Listen, I just don't think it was a good idea. I don't think it was a good idea at all. You know what I mean? So it's one of them ones. Man can say, "Oh, David De Gea is not a captain," and that. Yeah, but bruv, neither is Harry Maguire. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, what do you interpret as a captain? A lot of you man, think that the captain's just a guy that runs around screaming all the time, bro. Like, I would be interesting to know, out of all of these football fans that have certain opinions, how many of you man have actually been in a football changing room, seen the different characters, the different influences that players have on teams, bro? Do you know what I'm saying? The captain's not always the loudest person in the room, bro. Like, there's different reasons why you give people captain's armbands. There's different types of leaders, bro. Do you know what I mean? Like, Pogba's a leader in the France dressing room, but Pogba's not. When he's on the pitch for France, you don't see him screaming and pointing at. But that's not his game.
Not at all.
He does his talking in the changing room, and then he gets out on the pitch and he just plays his game, bro. And then there's certain man that'll be out on the pitch screaming and that, but most of the time they're just moaning at everyone because they're moany pricks, bro. I've been in teams with that. I've been in teams, like even the team I manage now, bruv. My left back here, bruv, the defenders hate him because he moans at them for the whole 90 minutes, bro. He just moans, blood. Like, he just moans. He complains about everything, like literally. And I gave him the armband, blood, because I'm like, bruv, I just like the fact that I could just hear him moaning, but the players hate it, bruv. You know that one. But I don't mind it. But he's just moaning, fam. Like, it's not even like he's directed, man. He just moans, fam.
Yeah.
But because he looks physically, he looks like he's mad vocal. People think, he's commanding the team. He's just moaning at people, bro.
Played it, yeah.
and literally, like, just because a man's saying a lot, that don't necessarily mean he's doing a lot. There's certain men that lead by example. They're the captains. You know them ones. Aubameyang, when he's wearing that captain's armband for Arsenal, he's not mad. He's not mad vocal, but he's scoring the goals, the important goals, bro. That's a way of leading, dragging your team out the mud.
They all love it.
Bro, Alan Shearer was captain for Newcastle, bro, dragging his team out the mud, scoring important goals, bro. He wasn't a centre back, he wasn't a goalkeeper. Do you know what I mean? So when man are just like, like certain players showing they care, bro. If I'm a striker, I show I care by putting the ball in the net.
You don't need to hear anything else from me.
Don't need to hear nothing from me, blood. If I didn't care, man wouldn't be notching every week, fam. Do you know them ones there? Like, different players get respect for different things. Different people have different personalities. The loudest person isn't always the best person for the armband, bro.
Or the most respected either.
Or the most expected. Like you said, with the Aubameyang example. Do you know what I mean? Like the Pogba example. You know what I mean? Like, they're the best players in their team. They're the best players in their team.
Pogba one would have been so difficult because of the relationship with because of his relationship with the noisiest fans. That's why it would be so difficult. When really on the ground, most of us would have liked that anyway. But the ones that make the most noise, and of course the press as well, like, there was too much stacked against him. But you got to remember, Pogba was in the youth setup as well. Like, he's got an attachment to the club. He's not just here for the check. He's got a bit of an attachment to the club. So, you know, the likes of Marcus, Jessie, the people that have been there from before, even Ollie himself, they all respect him.
Well, of course, but brother, you gotta understand, he's the most respected player in the whole team. Like, every player loves this guy. Yeah, he should have been our captain. The only reason why the armband weren't given to him was probably because of the fans. Yeah, and Ollie bottled it. Yeah, honestly, because when you look at it,
stood next to him and giving it to him. But do you think Ollie was confident he'll be here for long enough?
Yes, bro. You know why? Because the thing is, if you're a good manager, you know how to deal with your players, innit? There's certain players you need to put an arm around. There's certain players, that you don't need to talk to at all because you know that they've got it patterned. Do you know what I'm saying? Every change room's got the same characters, bro. You've got the insecure players that need to be told how important they are every game. You know what I mean? Every team's got them. You know what I mean? Dan James is the kind of player that even when he plays crap, Ollie will have to put his arm around him and say, "Oh, well done, son. Like, you tried hard today." Then you got players like Martial, when he doesn't play well, he knows he hasn't played well. He's sulking and he's just like, bro, he just wants to play next game.
Trust me.
Do you know what I mean? There's always that. And there's players like Pogba as well.
Yeah.
There's players like Pogba. When he doesn't play well, he knows he hasn't played well. He's pissed off. Same with Bruno. Do you know what I mean? Certain players like that. Do you know what I mean? David De Gea, he's one of them players where he looks like when he's not playing well, he almost needs an arm around him, bro, because he looks like he's in his own head too much sometimes. No, the man. So when you look at different characters, you look at them and you're just like, right, if I give the armband to this player, I could probably get an extra 10-15% out of him. He might not be my best player, but if I give him this armband, it might get a little bit more out of him. You know, there's certain players. When I looked at De Gea, in my head, I'm thinking De Gea looks low on confidence, If I gave him the armband, he might take a bit more responsibility for the stupidness that he's doing and maybe not do them. If
you give him the armband, he'll be like, "Oh yes, they've got confidence in me. Let me turn that out." But
this is it.
He ain't got the armband. It's like, I'm not playing well. I know I'm not playing well, and everyone else knows I'm not playing well. So you need to give him that boost of confidence like that.
But that's what I'm saying. When I looked at De Gea, he looked like someone short of confidence. I'm going to give you a confidence boost. Slap the armband on, bruv. You're my skipper. You've been there the longest. Show us why you deserve this armband, bruv. You're the leader now. Lead by stopping the ball going in the goal.
What's even worse, when you give it to someone else that's just come into the team that year, that even has a negative effect on maybe a De Gea or other people.
Oh, of course. Well, you think man are not talking in the dressing room and this brother just comes in out of nowhere for 85 million, gets the armband, and then bare times man's getting skinned and that. Man got nutmegged by a flipping Stanislas or something. Come on, bro. And then he's shouting at other people after he got megged and that. Come on, bro. You telling me man are not laughing at this guy, bro? But this is what I'm trying to say. Like, football dressing rooms like that. There's different hierarchies in the dressing room. Just like in your friendship group, there's hierarchies, blood. In everyone's friendship group, everyone knows, who's the one that gets bantered the most and the guy that don't get bantered, bruv. There's always amongst men, amongst women, just amongst humans, there's always a hierarchy in it.
Yeah.
You can't tell me that Harry Maguire is at the top of that in that dressing room. Impossible. Not when you've got Bruno and Pogba in there. You can't be.
Yeah. When you
they're the alphas in the team, blood. They're the alphas in the team.
You got a World Cup winner in there. You've got Bruno, who has come into this team
and was a captain where he was before.
But he knows him coming into the team has turned the team around. His head must be so big, and your captain's getting nutmegged.
This is it, bro. That's what people need to understand, bro. It's about personalities, bro. It's about personalities. And if you understand psychology and personalities, then you understand that. So De Gea is not a big personality, you can tell. He's very quiet. He's quite shy, and he looks like an insecure player. When things aren't going his way, he looks like he doubts himself and he does dumb things, innit? And the way to combat that is you give them the reassurance by giving him the armband. You don't just keep playing him. You know them, because better times De Gea looks like he just wants the floor to swallow him up, bro.
Yeah. He looks like he can't wait for this game to end, so you don't make no other mistakes.
But this is it, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's one of them ones where everyone's personality is different. Like Bruno is like your stereotypical vocal leader running around chasing things, boom, boom, boom. Pogba will lead the team by being the best player. That's how he leads. You know them ones. He'll say what he needs to say in the tunnel, but when he's on the pitch, he focuses on his own game. That's how he leads, isn't it? You know what I mean? Everyone leads differently. But Harry Maguire, for me, I'm like, you're not good enough to command the respect from people from your ability alone, like Pogba is.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? And with Bruno, again, Bruno commands the respect because not only is he a natural leader, but also he's got a certain level of ability as well. Do you know what I mean? If Bruno was that vocal, but he was shit, no one would listen to him. Yeah.
Ability and results. This is why they don't get onto him too much for the way that he loses the ball, because he has been providing assists. You know what I mean? Whereas, say, Andreas, the reason why we're onto him, because he gives the ball away frequently and there's no end products either. So it's not even like, we can allow him because this is to come. There's nothing else to come, you know. So Bruno gets the respect that way. That's why, like, we haven't crucified Bruno just yet for the way that he gives the ball away.
Hey, bro. Listen. I've already got him on fraud watch, you know, bro. I've told man already, you know. I love Bruno in it. Like, I love his personality. I think his personality is what that changing room was lacking in it.
Yeah.
But like, get me. I haven't highlighted his name yet, but he's on the fraud watch list.
Yeah.
He needs to have a wavy next season, you know, because if it doesn't, I'm going to be looking at Bruno at the side of my eye like, how much, man? You can't keep giving the ball away 40 times a game, you know.
Do you know what I mean? Well, we'll give it to him. He's tired right now. Let's just let him have a rest, come back, and then see what we're saying. We didn't even talk about Grealish, bruv.
Yeah. What are you saying about Jack Grealish? Bruv, listen, I like him, innit? Like, I was even saying yesterday, I was like, man, they were talking about Bruno and that, but Grealish, fam. Grealish a baller.
My thing with Grealish, like, I know he's good, but what job do you want him to do in our squad?
Utility man. I want Jack Grealish to be the first off the bench for us. Come on the left if Rashford's playing rubbish. Come on in the 10 if Bruno's giving the ball away too much. You know the ones. Be the go-to man from the bench. That's what I think Jack Grealish can be for us. He can be our game changer. The same way he changes games for Aston Villa, but from the start with worse players around him.
Yeah.
Come in and change the game for us from the bench, and also start some games when I want to give Bruno a rest. Start some games when Rashford's off form, bruv. Like, you know what I mean? And he can't get past his first man. Be the first option for us. I believe that he could be the first option for us, innit?
Yeah.
Him and Mason Greenwood. Imagine you got him and Mason Greenwood, to look at on the bench when things aren't going well.
I think with Grealish, what's interesting is like, I feel he would feel he should be a starting player. Like, I don't see him wanting to do a utility man job. But do you think he can ever break in to be starting 11 in this United squad?
Yes. My man said Romano tweeted. What did Romano say?
Let's have a look.
Grealish isn't going to cost 50 to 80 million. He's not, bruv. Statman said that Grealish is going to be on every game for Bruno. You're damn right. After 65 minutes, every game like clockwork after Bruno's lost the ball 40 times. Now I hear that though.
Can Grealish start ahead of Bruno ever though? Does that ever happen?
The fans won't let it happen. But you know, the fans won't let it happen. But I would do it.
What I'm asking, does he deserve to? Do you think, on what we've seen from Grealish, do you think he deserves to start ahead of Bruno if he continues to go the way that he's going?
Bro, there'll be a lot of question marks on Grealish because people will say, is he a big fish in a small pond, etc., etc. Yeah. My belief is, if you're playing with better players, you should be better, innit? Like, look at Agallo, the goals he's scoring for Man United.
Yeah.
Agallo scored bare goals, for Watford one season.
Yeah, I mean,
so with that in mind, if Agallo's got a Manchester United supply line, Agallo's supposed to score more goals. You know them ones. That doesn't necessarily mean he's Man United quality, but what it does mean is because you're getting a higher quality of chances created by better players, you should score more goals.
Yeah. You should naturally be more productive in a
exactly. So if you take Grealish's productivity and you put it around Martial, Pogba, Bruno, Sancho, you cannot tell me that this guy is not going to be a problem because he's a problem all by himself, blood, right now.
Yeah.
You know that one's there, bro. I think he's proven in more harsh circumstances than any player in the Premier League that he's a top 6 player, bro. There's probably not a player that was fighting relegation that carried their team to the degree that Jack Grealish did.
Yeah, and that's sort of the argument with Grealish or Maddison. Maddison's got more utilities around him. He's got more tools and players around him to produce stats, whereas Jack Grealish, he ain't got much around him to work with. But I'll be properly interested because it's like, I can't imagine him being signed to be on the bench. Like, I can imagine him wanting to be starting 11. And is there ever a time where Grealish starts over Bruno? Because he don't start over Pogba. I don't think he can play that.
He doesn't play that position. No, he can't play that position. But he can play on the left wing. He can play on the right wing. You know what I mean? He can play in the 10. He can play anywhere across that front line. Do you know what I'm saying?
No, I don't want a winger that can play in the middle though. I want a winger that plays in the I don't want.
He's not a winger, but he can play from the left, innit? Like, because he comes inside on his strong foot, he can wrap it top bins, bro. So it's fine, innit?
Yeah.
Like Grealish is good, bro. Like, but he's like a Roman number 10, innit? But in modern football, you can't just play one position most of the time. You got to be quite flexible with it. And Grealish is flexible. Guys, what you man saying for Grealish? And also bearing in mind that Sancho's probably only going to cost 50 million up front, innit? So Grealish ain't going to cost 70, 80 million, what these men are saying. They're probably going to have to take about 40 million maximum up front for Jack Grealish. And then if it's installments, who cares, innit? Who cares? It's not our business. It's not our money, bro. But Jack Grealish, yes or no for Jack Grealish, people? What are you man saying in the comment section? I'm having Jack Grealish every single day of the week.
Yeah,
every day of the week.
Jack Grealish in the side. I'd take him in the side for sure. I just don't know if he would want to be in the side as the first sub or if there's room for him to grow into a starting 11 player.
Yeah, well, that's what I mean. I don't need that, bro. What else are we saying in the comments here? But now, honestly, like, it's one of them ones where you see me, I don't mind, I do not mind standing on my own with certain opinions in it, bro. Like, I back my opinions, and I know my opinion on Bruno, I know I'm in the minority. It's just me and me and Ricky, blood. Just me and Ricky. Me and Ricky are like, nah, bruv, it's looking all fraudulent, bruv. But you know them. Euphoria, the euphoria in the fan base right now is covering a lot of stuff up, but do you know what I mean? Like, even when Lukaku was scoring for us, I was like, get him out, and loads of people got onto me, and then maybe like 12 months later, everyone was on the Lukaku thing. Like, I'm not saying get Bruno out or nothing like that. I'm saying that because he's so much better than Pereira and Lingard, people think he's better than he is because he's just a big upgrade on the average that we had before. You know that one? Bruno's better, a lot better than average. You know what I mean? But his actual creativity and his output, if you take away, if you look at his XA, expected assists, he's massively outperforming it, bro, because his actual productivity in the final third is not very good, bro. Like, his final passing is not good. His final ball's not good. Do you know what I'm saying? And when you're massively outperforming your expected assists, that means your quality of passing in the final third isn't good. And it also means that the players that are scoring these goals, it's massively down to them and not you. You know them ones. It's just like with the expected goals, Marcus Rashford isn't performing his expected goals, and that, he's not outperforming it. And that shows you that actually his individual quality, he's only scoring the goals he's meant to score. Whereas Martial or Greenwood are outperforming their expected goals because they're scoring individual goals and creating goals from things that aren't chances.
I got that.
And when you look at Bruno's expected assists, it's lower than Pogba's, bruv, because Pogba's passing is better and is from 30 yards further back. Like that shouldn't be happening with your main creative output, bro. You see what I mean? And that's why I'm wary of him, because when players that are scoring these screamers, if their goals dry up, then that means all of his assists dry up too.
As well.
All of a sudden, we're relying on penalties.
Do you know why I've got more time for him, because he did really well with Fred and McTominay behind him. Or you know when Pogba weren't playing, it weren't really like Pogba and Matic. When he came into that squad, he done well. So imagine having Pogba and another more dynamic CDM behind him as well. Let's see how well he performs there. So I got a bit more time for him before I can cast my judgment.
The thing is with me, like I've seen it with my eyes now, innit? And I've seen it enough times. He doesn't pass the eye test for me, innit?
Yeah.
And every football fan's different. I'm an eye test football fan, innit? Certain man, they just see the stats and they're like, yeah, cool, the numbers. There's bare footballers that don't pass the eye test for me, but they've got wavy numbers, innit? And that's just how I see the game, bro. Like, that doesn't mean everyone has to see the game like me. You know what I mean? Like, Mo Salah don't pass the eye test for me. You know them ones, but bare people think he's like amazing. He don't pass the eye test for me.
You see, you don't pass the eye test, Would you have him in the squad though?
I'd have him in the squad, absolutely. But if man said to me, yo, blood, you can have Mo Salah or Riyad Mahrez in a team that I was coaching, I'd take Mahrez.
Take Mahrez. All right, I hear you.
You know them ones, like that's what it is, bro. Like it's all about how you see football and what you like. You know them ones. It's just like with Martial and Rashford, when everyone was comparing them, saying Rashford was better. Rashford don't pass the eye test for me. He never has.
Nice.
Martial passes the eye test with straight A's every time. As soon as I saw Martial, I'm like, Martial's a whole level above Rashford. And everyone was like, no. But then they compare the numbers and they're like, oh, they're close. They're not close.
They're different grades of players still.
It's just like Messi and Ronaldo, bro. Like, if you look at the eye test, Ronaldo ain't nowhere near Messi, bro. He's nowhere near him. But because the numbers are similar, man talk about them like they're on the same level. Messi's on God level of football, blood.
Oh, so you're Messi over Ronaldo?
Yeah, all day. Messi's on the God level, blood. Yeah. You know what I mean? Where he's not making your grand in the supermarket with a loaf of bread and that, bruv. Messi's cold, fam. Bro, man saw Messi put Boateng on his face and then dink it over Neuer with his weaker foot, blood. I ain't seen Ronaldo humiliate someone like that.
Crazy.
Bro, it's different. You know the ones there, bro. When I look at the eye test and I see what certain men do with a football at their feet, I'm like, bruv, there's levels to this football team. That's why I prefer Pulisic. When men are like, oh, Rashford or Pulisic all day, bro. Like, brother, he just passes the eye test, bro. Like, he passes it. Flying colours, he passes it. Harry Maguire don't pass the eye test. You know the ones there. He don't pass it. Everything looks scatty, fam. You know the ones there. Like, and that's what it is with me, I always like to see a player before I see their stats.
Okay.
Because when you see the stats first, it starts to influence. It starts to influence like what you think of a player.
The player, yeah.
You know, like when I look at Firmino, he passes the eye test. Don't care. Man will say, oh yeah, but he don't score goals, but he passes the eye test, bro. Because without him, that Liverpool team don't do nothing.
They don't tick. They
don't do nothing, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? So for me, the eye test is way more important to me than anything else, bro. De Bruyne passes the eye test, bro.
Facts. 100%.
You know what I mean? Man can't talk to me, like Bruno and De Bruyne are in the same level. They're not on the same level.
Does Bruno go into any of the other top 4 sides? Does he start for any of them?
He doesn't start for Liverpool. Klopp would hate him because he gives the ball away too much.
Yeah.
Man City, Pep would hate him. Gives the ball away too much.
Chelsea maybe.
Chelsea maybe. Lampard's got a mount in there. Lampard likes to keep the ball as well. You know what I mean? He's not a Lampard type player either. I think we're the only team he could play for, yeah. Like even Tottenham, yeah. I think Jose would hate, man, because he gives the ball away too much.
Jose would hate him the most. Jose would hate him the most.
Do you see what I mean? Do you see what I mean?
Put him on the bench.
And this is what I'm saying, bro. Like, so that's why I say to people, he was available for cheap. Real Madrid didn't go in for it.
Yeah.
There's bare teams that could have gone in for man, yeah, but they probably looked at it and said, yeah, this break gives the ball away too much. And because I'm a possession guy, innit?
Yeah.
So he's a nightmare for me. Like when I watch Bruno, I'm literally like I'm slamming my head against anything, bro. When I watch it,
yeah, and it's not like you can start speaking out yet either. So it's just like you got to take it all within,
bro. I'm slamming my head, bro, because I'm very much a purist when it comes to football.
Yeah, sometimes I watch him, yeah, and I think, I hope my friends ain't watching because I've been gassing up this guy for so long, and like he's embarrassing me now. But he has been good, so I don't want to get onto him too much, man. He has been good.
He has, but I'm not. But the thing is with me, I always speak my mind, innit, bro? Yeah. That's just what it is. That's what I'm known for, bro. And the thing is, I'm not scared to put my opinions out there when they're not popular. You know them? There's a lot of people, yeah, that will have opinions about players or football, and they won't say nothing until everyone else is saying it. Then they're like, yeah, Lukaku shit. But when Lukaku scored 17 goals and that, you were saying, oh yeah, he's wavy. I was saying, get him out, even when he was top scorer, because I saw something.
Yeah.
You see what I mean, bro? And I'm not afraid to put my neck on the line, yeah, before everyone else. I don't care, bro. I stand by it. Do you know what I mean? And if man proves me wrong and he turns into an 85% passer, like, then, bro, I'll hold my hands up. But guess what? It's never coming. Because if you're passing in the 70s at Sporting Lisbon, that means that that's just what you are.
Yeah.
You know them ones there, bro. And when we used to see Alexis Sanchez do it all the time, try and dink these balls over the top when there's nothing there, bro, we were going mad.
Yeah, it's true.
We weren't saying, oh, it's all right because he's trying to create.
It's just because we've had what Bruno, the positives Bruno has done, we've lacked a lot. So it's outweighing everything else. But
if Sanchez was wrapping penalties, yeah, in that same time, yeah, when he was dinking them balls, yeah. I'd be interested to see if we let him off. I'd be interested. I just think we're getting desperate, blood. I think we're getting desperate because we've been shagged for so long, yeah, that we are just like we're over sensationalizing everything.
Next,
you know what I'm saying?
I had a question for you. Is
man saying Rants, you should be a coach? I am a coach, bro. You know them ones. I've got my badges. And I do coach, blood. It's just that I haven't got my UEFA badges because they cost like 9 bags and I'm not paying that for my own money. Yeah, it's 9 bags for UEFA badge.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's a joke. Yeah, it's 9 bags. I'm not doing it.
Is there a striker out there right now that you could bring in that will make Martial start on the bench?
No, because they're not available. You know?
Yeah, they're not available. So what I'm saying is, say we're looking at getting another striker, we're looking at someone to be a bench player.
Yeah.
So we're looking at replace Igalo, but maybe of higher quality.
Yes. That's what we're looking for. That's what we're looking for, man.
Yeah. What about Timo Werner? If he had come in,
but he can play on the wide as well. Werner can play from the left as well.
That's why I said playing. If we bought him as a striker, who do you start?
Martial.
You start Martial
because Martial's link play separates him from these kind of players. I like the way Martial links the play in it. Like he's not as good as Firmino, yeah, in terms of how he links it, but he's got more pace and he's better in front of goal, innit? Firmino's more like a Bergkamp. But Martial's link play is closer to more like to how Benzema links the play, innit? It's a bit more mobile and that. But Werner's just got that raw pace. You know what I want Werner to be playing facing the goal, innit? So I would play him wider than Martial, bro. I wouldn't want to see Werner back to goal. I think you waste a player like him. Same with Rashford. That's why I said stick Rashford out wide, because back to goal Rashford is dead. I said it a million times, he's not a striker, and I think we're all seeing it now. Rashford can't play with his back to goal, bro. Maybe turning that ball over every time it comes into him.
That's interesting then. So we're looking for a striker for the bench.
See, look, even he said Werner's not a striker. I'm a centre forward. I agree, he's not a centre forward. He's playing from wide.
Where do you think Chelsea? You think Chelsea will play him from wide?
No, they'll play him down the middle.
Playing down the middle. question.
Shaw injury is not good, but it showed what the team misses when he plays. Do you think you're wrong on Shaw? No, not at all. I'm not wrong on Shaw, but I think he's the best left back that we have. Honestly, even when we played West Ham, I saw Cresswell doing what I wanted Shaw to do every week. Just run down the line and put crosses in, bro. I'm not hard to please. Just get to the byline and put a ball in the box, bro.
Shaw used to do that before the injury, man, which is very frustrating. That's the reason we bought him. I remember when he was at Southampton doing that for fun. But it just seems that I don't know why he don't commit to it. Has he lost pace? I don't know if he's lost pace. I don't know what.
I think he's lost pace. I think he's lost confidence in dribbling because he doesn't want to get tackled.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I think now he's just playing it safe because he's worried about getting hurt. That's what I think, innit? So,
yeah.
You know what I mean? Which isn't his fault. But again, football's a ruthless business. You get rid, mate. And also his injury record's not good at all. Every time he goes on a run of games, he gets injured. But no one talks about it. You know, he gets injured too much, bro.
So on that same merit, then, what'd you do with Eric Bailly?
Same, I'd get rid of Eric Bailly, and I like him. I wouldn't get rid of him now, but I'm saying I'm looking at Eric Bailly now. If next season he doesn't give me a certain number of games, he's gone. I'd get rid of him. You know, I'm ruthless like that. I don't care. I like Eric Bailly. He's someone I like, bro. He's got a good vibe around. He's always dancing, all that. But, bruv, if you can't play for me, you're just taking my money, fam.
Yeah. So this is your last. This is your
last chance saloon for Eric Bailly for me. 100% I'll get rid of him. I'd rather have a kid from the youth team to just sit on the bench, and I could pull him in every now and then than have a man that's on big boy money that's not playing.
Yeah.
You see what I mean? This don't make no sense to me, bro.
Because ideally, Eric should be a starting centre back.
He should be, but he can't stay fit. But he can't stay fit, bro. You know what I'm saying? So he's got to go, man. He's got to go, man, and that's what it is.
What they say, Romano confirmed the transfer fee. Who's that for? Sancho?
I hope so. You know what I'm saying? What is it? What did Romano say? What did Romano say, people?
You said you didn't think there'll be more than 50 M's up front.
Yeah, there won't be. Whatever that is in euro. There'll be about 60 million euros. They're going to pay 60 million euros up front and then another 60 in installments or something like that. So, calm. 60 million euros for 60 million for Sancho, bruh.
Yeah.
Listen, that's a bad boy thing. Boy thing.
Very good signing, boy. Very good signing.
Yeah, this is it. As a Chelsea, I agree. I think if Werner comes and plays as a lone centre forward in the middle for Chelsea, bro, he could struggle to adapt.
Yeah.
He could struggle, bro, because he's pacey and he's very direct. And I think he would have struggled at Man United down the middle, just like Lukaku struggled down the middle, just like Rashford struggled down the middle. Do you know what I mean? I don't think that. I think you have to be built a certain way to play back to goal in this era. You know what I mean? And you've got to be comfortable with defenders touching you and being very close to you. Yeah. Rashford likes space. Werner likes space. Even Aubameyang likes space. That's why Arteta plays him from wide.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, bruv, like Arteta understands these kind of strikers, these strikers that like to poach and stuff like that. Do you know what I mean? Like, if they're not, like, even Sergio Aguero is so underrated technically, the way he holds the ball and brings people in. People just think he's a poacher, but he actually holds the ball well. You know what I'm saying?
So Martial is a centre forward, but it's so hard because he plays so good off the left as well. But in terms of centre forwards, that's where you're placing him.
Hold on, what's this? Yeah, hold on a second. Tweeted, are in talks all day again. A confident agree with final fee. Now, man saying the transfer is confirmed 108 million. It's not confirmed, bro. When it's confirmed, it will be confirmed, innit? 90 million with add-ons of 20 million in performances, is saying. 250 a week. Who's saying that, though? Who's saying that?
I didn't see this. I read this yesterday, but I'm not seeing it right now.
108 million, though. Overall is calm. Yeah.
The market's crazy, boy.
Yeah, it's a mad thing. It's an absolute mad thing. Someone saying, "Do I remember Gabriel Ainsley?" Yeah, I remember him. He was more a centre back though, and he played left back as well.
as well.
You know what I'm saying? He was cold, bruv. He's another wavy baller that gets forgotten amongst United fans. You know what I mean? But I think this window is going to be interesting. For you, who would you wrap up in this window? You, man, make sure you smash the like button. You mods have been silent again today. I ain't been seeing too much of you, man, bruv. That man should have the 500 likes, bruv. That's what it is. Every show, you, man, need to be plugging for the 500, fam. We got over 1,000 people watching, and I ain't seeing you lot plugging away for the likes, bruv. Man's going to have to freshen up this mod thing, boy. Man, gonna have to shake it up, bruv. I'm telling you, because you, man, are sleeping out here. The man's going through the whole thing on the mods. I can't see no one saying like the vid. I can't see none of this, bro. You man are slacking out here. What are you saying, bruv? Like in the window, like who would you bring in?
Fam, why don't we talk about Thomas Partey? I never see Man United talking about him.
Brother, I just don't think we're interested in him. I think now Pogba's signing the new deal. I think that Ollie's just not on it, fam. I think that his agent was using it to just to boost the price up, man. Because like United's people came out and said 100%, yeah, that the link with Jimenez was absolute BS blood. Like they came out, they came out and said, bruv, don't even. Like they were like, nah. They were getting angry, bruv.
They tried it. I think Thomas Partey, like from what I've seen of him anyway, I've seen him play a few times. Like I think he'll be a good signing, man. He'll be a good signing. You'd sign Thomas Partey, Sancho, and then what? Chris Smalling will take that. I don't think that's too bad.
Bruv, if we got Partey brought Smalling back, signed Sancho, and Grealish, wavy window.
And Grealish.
Wavy window.
What can you ask for? What more can you ask for?
And Partey's not even that expensive. You're looking at what 45 million as well. Like again,
no brainer to me. It makes sense. Like you're looking for a CDM. He's not overly old. Like great physique. I know Ollie. He likes his big play. You don't like Fred, so
yeah.
Like your McTominay types. He's an upgrade from McTominay.
Yeah.
To me, it makes sense. But I always wonder why I never see the talk.
Yeah, I want Ndidi or
Ndidi.
I want Ndidi or Rice, blood. You know them ones. It looks like Rice is twerking for Chelsea, blood. Right. It looks like he's twerking for Chelsea, blood. You know them ones there, like that's what it looks like because Mount's his brethren, innit? So even though he's a Pogba stando, so it's one of them ones. I reckon we could get him, but he can play centre back and he can play central midfielder, innit? So I think he's a good utility player to have in the sense that he's multifunctional, innit? I would spend money on him, but Ndidi is a specialist, innit?
Yeah,
like he's a specialist in this in terms of being a destructive, combative.
Yeah, I think
midfield player.
Ndidi is obviously top of the list, but I don't even include him because I don't think it'll ever happen.
Yeah,
but Partey is the one that I feel is viable if we're talking about like realistic options. I don't know why we're never in talks with him.
Absolutely, bruv. I absolutely agree. Or you, man. You see all you man there telling me to mod you, yeah? Message me on Instagram, innit? Like, message me on Instagram after this, bruv. Man's gonna shake up this mod thing, bruv, because these man are lacking, fam. You know them. These man are lacking, fam. You know them. Man have to shake it up. You get me? Man have to offer out some. I have to furlough some of you, man. You know. I swear down, blood. Some redundancies are coming, blood, for the mods because I'm seeing bare man slipping through the nets, blood. I've had to block man myself. Man are not pushing the likes and that. I need 500 likes before the end of this video, bro. We're over 1,000 people. Man should have a 500 likes here, bro.
Easy.
That's what I'm saying. No, I mean, this guy's saying amateur driver. Yeah, bro, I don't trust Ollie either, but it's one of them ones where, like, honestly, if a man can't get rid of Ollie, we need to make sure we give him the best possible tools so he can't fail. You know them ones. And if he does still fail, then he can't blame no one else, blood. You know what I'm saying? And not say that he hasn't been backed. You know them ones. This is my thing, innit? Because I know man are gonna make excuses for Ollie because they like him, innit, even though he's a dead manager. So because of that, give him the best possible players so that there's no one to blame.
It's true. And then he's out on his own. Like I hope he can make it work. Do you know what I mean? I hope he can make it work. But at the same time, I've seen an increase in morale amongst the boys. I haven't seen a style of play or a system just yet. I've seen like ideas. So
Yeah, there's nothing, blood. There's nothing. There's nothing. There's nothing. With our owners, as long as you can get away with it. Yep, that's it.
oh yeah.
Yeah, as long as they can get away with it, they're gonna ride this Ollie thing. 100%. They're riding it out.
Do you know how much cheaper you must be to the big managers they've had in the past couple of years?
Bro.
Big gold.
They're gonna ride it out.
Contracts either.
Pardon?
I haven't heard much talk about a Pogba contract either.
Nah, I reckon that's already signed, bro. If I'm honest with you, I think that's already signed. They're just gonna announce it. Like United are very strategic with when they announce things, isn't it? It's usually when we're not doing well and the share price is going down or something like that. Do you know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's one of them ones where I think that they're gonna they'll announce the Pogba contract signing. Probably with like a kit launch or something like that. Same with the Sancho thing. They're probably going to release it with a new kit thing. You know, United, everything's about how they package things to us, innit?
Marketing.
Yeah, they're not just going to say, oh, by the way, guys, Pogba signed a new deal. Doubt it. You know them ones there. They're going to have a video and that. You know that.
Yeah.
You know what it is.
And you think he's happy, yeah? You think Pogba's happy to do that?
Yeah, he's happy. He's happy, bro. I don't know, man. Do you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I'm saying? He's happy. You know what I mean? So it's one of them ones where, bruv, you know what I mean? And Despres saying I said Gomez already signed. I didn't say that. I didn't say that at all. It said on Twitter that Gomez had already signed. And I said that I read on Twitter that Gomez had already signed. But I also said from contacts that I do have here that I thought he was leaving, blood. You know what I'm one's there.
Has he signed up?
Nah, bro, he left, innit? But I thought Angel was leaving. I said that Angel wanted to stay. Do you know what I mean? Which he did. United's offered him a deal last season that he didn't deem was good enough. And then they offered him another deal this season that he also turned down. Do you know what I'm saying? But last year, they only offered him a 1-year extension, bruv. Instead of offering him a proper deal. They didn't offer him a proper deal. They only offered him an extension. And he said, and he was basically like, how you offer me a 1-year extension like that, bruv, when you're giving out Phil Jones and these men like 4-year, 3-year contracts? You see what I mean?
Yeah. Now, I'm saying, has he signed anywhere else yet? He hasn't signed for the club, has he?
He's going France.
France, okay.
He's going France, bro. Do you know what I mean? What do you think about the new home kit? I don't particularly like it. However, I'm still going to wear it. Well, I have to keep it 100. I hate when fans say, oh, this kit's rubbish and that, then they still wear it, bruv. Like, I'm just straight in it. I don't really like it, but I'm wearing it, guys. You know them ones. I'm going to wear it with a smile on my face, man.
Do you know what it is with this kit, yeah? It don't feel like a football kit. It feels like a top that you'll just wear out.
But that's what they're trying to do now, innit? They're trying to turn it more into like a fashion thing, bro.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I'm not really on that still. I'm not going to lie.
It feels like a fashion,
because now they do it like that, so they could charge us more for it. You know them, and then say, "Oh yeah, £100."
Crazy,
idiot thing, bruv. Do you know what I'm saying? But you look, how many likes are we on now? How many likes are we on now, boy? I want that 500, and you man there, you need to paste your URL into my Instagram DMs if you want me to mod you in it, so I could bring you in, brother. Man could furlough a few of these man. You get me, man. Man are moving slack, bruv. Every time I'm live, I'm having to block people because these mods are lacking, fam. You know them ones. If you was my private security outside, I'd have been shanked like 9 times, fam. And you man would have just been across the road getting a coffee and that. Man's getting jiffed up, blood. Nah, fam, it's long, bruv. Man just letting stray bullets and that fly through and catch me, fam. It's long.
Oh, gosh.
Man's on 416, bruv. Man wants them 500 likes, bruv. You lot keep liking. Over 1,000 people here, bruv. You know them ones. If you're telling me that 500 of you man are hating, then you man need to get blocked, fam.
If Grealish don't come in, do you take Maddison?
Nah, they're not the same. They're not the same position. I like Madders as well. Madders got caught lacking on Insta yesterday as well. The man them sent me the video, blood.
Yeah.
Kissing up some gal and that. I don't know if I could take Madders, blood. You know, like that. I already know now, innit? 439. We're almost there, blood. 500. We want the 500. But now I want Grealish. For me, Grealish, Sancho, Smalling back, yeah, and a DM. I'll be happy, bro. If man could get in Didi, yeah, Sancho, Grealish, and then bring Smalling back, swear down, I'd be very gassed with that window.
And if not Ndidi, it's Declan Rice you're looking at, innit?
Yeah, but Declan, I don't think Declan's happening, bro.
Yeah, I don't see that either.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Yeah, Madders did sign a new contract because he ain't going nowhere. No one can afford him, bro.
It's crazy.
Yes, Fabian's DM'd me. You lot make sure you DM me your URL, YouTube URL, so I can mod you. Big up the mods there, though. Someone tweeted saying, yo, big up the mods. It's not an easy job. It ain't an easy job, but that's why there's so many of you. There's bare of you, blood. Like, man's not supposed to be catching stray bullets, blood. If I've got 100 man standing in front of me, you know what it was? I'm still catching strays and that. So that means you men are ducking, fam. Man said it looks like you've reached your limit for less. Nah, impossible, blood. That doesn't exist. No, that one. So yeah, bruv. So yeah, we're gonna round that up anyway, bruv. So you're saying, yeah, for you?
For me, Sancho, great. Jack Grealish, I hear it. I can take him. Partey, I'm a big fan of Partey.
Yeah.
I think he can do a big job, only because I don't think Ndidi's a thing. I don't even think that's even something we can talk about. I don't think it's possible. So I would say Partey and Chris Smalling. I'm taking Chris Smalling back.
Yeah, I'm with you, my guy.
And I'm getting rid of Phil Jones. Pereira, although I like what he could have become.
So yeah, he can go. Dan James could go on loan.
Oh, I keep that.
He's not even a useful squad player, bruv. I'll send him on loan, blood. I don't even think he's better than flipping to Heath Chong, bruv. I swear. And to Heath Chong, I don't rate, blood. Carabao
Cup, I have him there. I keep him.
At least Chong is a left-footed right winger, yeah, with like, at least he's got like a step over in his locker, bruv. Dan James just runs in straight lines, fam. I swear down, bro. He reminds me of them dogs, yeah, like in the bookies and that, and you just watch them come out of the traps and just run into each other, blood. Like, you know, one dog runs in there and then everyone goes, blood. That's what. Nah, it's mad, fam. Like racing dogs, blood. They hounds or something. I don't know.
Dallo, what are you doing with Dallo before we go?
I would keep him, but Ollie's gonna get rid of him.
Yeah,
I'd keep Dallo still.
Yeah, and Mata, you're saying Mata should go.
Yeah, well. Mata can leave as well, bro. Do you know what I'm saying?
I think Mata needs to go play some football somewhere and then come back and be an ambassador, unless he wants to do his coaching.
That's what I'm saying, bro. I wouldn't mind him being an MUTV ambassador. You know, them ones go around and kissing babies and shaking hands because he's more useful doing that than playing football. Yeah. Not gonna let.
He likes the club as well, so you might as well.
There you go. A man hit the 500. Big up you, man. That's what I mean. Them last minute scrambles and that, blood. You man always all scrambling at the end, fam. You mods need to pick it up, fam. You get me? You know what I mean? You mods need to pick it up, but big up. You man got there in the end still. Fucking supermarket sweep for likes and that. Nah, big up you, man, for tuning in though. Man's back later. 6 o'clock with Cam. You get me? So you know what I mean, we'll pick up where we left off. I'm gonna check out the Sancho news. These guys are funny. I'm gonna check out the Sancho news and that. We'll speak some more Sancho later on. You get me? And a few other things, bruv. So yeah, we'll catch you. Make sure you follow Rob as well, blood. The @'s at the bottom there. You already know. Is it the same on Twitter as well?
Same on Insta, same on Twitter. Rob Bruce K.
No, that's what I mean. Make sure you go follow Rob as well. And I know you lot are into your music as well, blood. So you get me? Jump on that, boy. Especially the Insta, bruv. You got any other like interviews or whatever coming up, bruv? That man wants to plug.
Not coming up. There will be one on Saturday. I did Millions 2 weeks ago. Kia Keys the week just gone.
When's the Millions one dropping?
Millions one's dropped already, so you can probably.
Oh, that's dropped. There you go.
Online. Millions is sick. Everyone's talking about him at the moment. Yeah. So if you got music as well, hit me up. If you got music, that is.
That's what I'm saying. So I'm saying, guys. So make sure you follow, man. On Insta and on Twitter, you get me, and just look out for the new content that he's got coming up, and he's got a YouTube channel coming soon as well. So once he has that up and running, then we'll plug that as well. All right, big up everyone in the building.